appreciate the introduction, and I commend you and your team for the work and purpose of your mission. In 1970, when I started, there really was no such organization, and it was a very lonely occupation to have walked out of a large corporation, the Aetna Life, and a good job and all very respectable, and then to end up with a burning desire to start my own business, and really there was no structural support by way of an organization such as this. So I think it's great, and tonight I think most of my thoughts I'm going to be sharing with the entrepreneurs in the group, only because once again I know how lonely that is, and I'm one of you, and I think we can talk the same language. So I thought what might be helpful tonight, as has been said, I need to get back to take care of a 1-year-old, 3-year-old, and 5-year-old while my daughters and her husband are on a retreat, and my wife didn't make it back from Monhegan, so I've got all 3 of them tonight, and in their home, and this is day 5. So I've had a lot of support so far. I used to say when going to work at Tom's of Maine that with 5 children, Kate and I raising 5 children, that really I could run the business in my sleep. It was just the children that took so much time. So I'm sure you're all trying to mix those things together, which is normal and healthy. And of course, if you're like me, you feel very self-important as an entrepreneur, and our children, as they grow up under our feet, reach a point of being able to, they have the honorable position of being able to tell us honestly what they think of our opinions when no one else around us will do so. So keep at it. I've entitled my comments tonight Thoughts, only because this isn't a big formal keynote speech, and I wanted to focus on the subject of mentoring. And I thought I've sort of broken my comments down into these categories. I'd like to speak about the importance of affirming the entrepreneur. I'd like to speak about the importance of helping the entrepreneur from himself or herself. I'd like to talk about how to lead, and then some thoughts on team and really what is the job at the end of the day what's the role the entrepreneur plays in the organization. By definition, we think of ourselves as undercapitalized, so that we would love to write a job description where we could be the leader of the orchestra and the facilitator and so forth, but we end up with that job plus the key job that we do so well because there's not enough money to go around, and we fill in a lot of spots to get the business going from one point to another. But there's some things that I have learned, and I'd like to share some of those with you tonight. First of all, affirming the entrepreneur. We are different people. It's just that simple. I have been an entrepreneur for at least 40 years. I have worked in a corporation before that period, and I've worked for a corporation with Colgate to help pass on Tom's of Maine to a wonderful group that has the same values that we do, and a marvelous leadership, people I think very, very highly of, and I just think the world of Colgate-Palmolive, and it was the right fit for Tom's of Maine. But at the end of the day, I think differently than people do in a corporate structure. And some of the things that I'm speaking about are, first of all, we are our sight is really visionary. We don't see too well behind us. We see very well through fog. We see very well through difficult times. When everything else seems to be just falling apart, we are still confident at the edge of the cliff that everything is going to be okay. And that's our nature, because we have a longer-term view. We are also, more often than not, intuitive, and we don't need a lot of tried and true category or sector data or knowledge. In fact, often it's the sector knowledge or the industry knowledge or the way industry has done something that brought us to the point of saying this could be done differently, and let's think about it. And we just understand things from a feeling or intuitive point of view, whatever goes into making up intuition. And again, it's very hard to communicate to people around you that are there to help you from ruining the place, or to your banker, or to your attorneys, or to investors, and so forth. It's very hard to communicate what you feel and what you see. But basically, what we see as entrepreneurs is open space. We don't take career tracks. We don't take categorical thinking. We see space. And it's in that space that we are imagining our dream and what it looks like, what it feels like. And let me tell you about it, and so on and so forth. And you know, people's eyes roll, and they say, "Oh my goodness, well," and so on. And it's because we're different people.